Hey everyone, AW coming back with another video. This time I just want to show off a few projects that I've been working on. Of course, we got the channel stickers. If anybody needs one or wants one, holler at me. Hit me up in the, well, I guess better ways, hit me up through email. AW Custom Designs, AW Custom Paint at gmail.com. Or you can hit me up at AW Designs on Instagram. Either way, I check both frequently. So, like I said, if you want a sticker, just holler at me. I'll get a few of them out to you. If you want to swap some stickers, if you got some for your channel, I'm always down for that. I always like getting channel stickers. That's probably one of the best parts about this for me. Anyways, like I said, I want to show off a few little projects. First, let's start up here. This is a Buck, you read there, 346. This was made for Bond Arms. It was something that you could get through Bond Arms on their website. And this was my father's. He had a Bond Arms at one time and he ended up selling it. And he had this knife to kind of go along with it. He carried this thing all the time. But for some reason, he decided to give it to me just because I have a Bond Arms. So I kind of feel bad because now I need to give him a knife now, or another one. I think I've given him a couple. But anyways, I've got a cleanup video on this one. I dismantle the whole thing, pull it all completely apart, and clean it up. Clean up the wood. They had a like a clear coat on it, and I just ended up having to sand all that down, kind of scrape it off. But yeah, so keep a lookout. I'll try to get that video out soon. I just need to do a little editing so y'all don't have to sit through the whole thing. So that was a fun one, and just an awesome knife. I mean, it fills the hand. I don't have large hands. Well, maybe kind of large, but not overly large. But yeah, so really awesome knife. And it's got the flipper on the back. It just runs on washers. There's no bearings there, so it's not like super flippy, you know, like a modern. See, you can't really get it to spring with just a finger, so you gotta kind of, well, now I can't do it on on camera, so I'm gonna end up knocking the camera all off the pedestal. But it also has a thumb stud, which that's what I like. I've even toyed with just filing that down and not having it at all, but it kind of comes in handy up here, you know, just to kind of keep your hand from slipping. So that's the only reason I haven't gotten rid of it. But excellent knife, and of course you can't go wrong with Buck. So oh, and I forgot to mention the steel on this one. This has the Bose Heat Treat 13C26, which I'm not real up to par on all of my metals, but I believe that this was an upgrade, if I remember right. So I need to go back and look. But yeah, awesome knife by Buck. Second, this was sent to me, and I've oiled it, so you're gonna see wet fingerprints as I fondle this thing. This was sent to me by RH Blade and Shade, Ryan over there. Awesome knife. I haven't actually held one of these in hand, but he wanted the easy open added. So we added that in there. I've smoothed everything out, so the edge the edge corner, it feels just like the rest of the handle. So I've smoothed all that out. No sharp edges anywhere. And it also had, which I'm not going to be able to show you, but on one of these sides, there was not a huge gap, but it had a gap running down. So I tried to fix that up for him. There's a slight little gap back here that I just can't get out, and I don't want to make it too tight, or I don't know if I'm sure you can damage this micarta, tapping with the hammer and stuff like that. So I just don't want to go too far. It had a little bit of wobble in the blade, so I went ahead and hammered that up, and just tap the pins and try to sand those down, get them smooth again. But yeah, oh, and I put a nice little blade on there, or edge on there for you, Ryan. I think you'll be happy with it. She's a slicer. But yeah, so the pull's a little bit tighter now because I've tightened that up, but nothing major. But that easy open, it fits right in there, your hand, fingers, and just easy to pull. And I don't think it looks out of place at all. It looks like it could have possibly come like that, I feel. But yeah, so I'm going to get this back out to him. I also have a video of me doing that. So I need to edit that up and get that out as well. So Ryan, hope you like it. It's a fine knife you have there. But so yeah, that was another fun project. Another little quick one. If anybody can guess what might be in this slip, look at the teeners on this slip. Let's just check that out real quick. Boy, she is smooth and shiny. Look at that. But yeah, that's just from riding in my pocket, and you get a little coloration there. I love that. But yeah, anybody guess? You give up? So this is the new Bear & Son 4-inch sheep's foot Barlow that just came out recently. And these handles, this was actually the white bone. It was on sale. I believe it was, did I get this one? I think it was Smoky Mountain Knife Works. But yeah, the white bone was nice, but it just, with the white bone, the silver, I don't know if they were silver, nickel, so I didn't look at that. But it was just too kind of plain looking, I guess you'd say. Everything was just silver, and then just white with no real pattern in it at all. So first I just put a little knife oil on it and just was just rubbing it in, just working it back and forth with my thumb, you know, just rubbing it. And the oil, you could see, started seeping in and started, you know, into the grain. You started seeing the grain starting to show up. So I stopped and got the idea, grabbed some of my leather dye and just put a little bit of leather dye on there. Started rubbing it in. You can still see my thumb and finger kind of still colored. But yeah, just sitting here rubbing it into the bone. And I know you can do RIT dye and all that good stuff, but I didn't want to go and buy a brown RIT dye, and I was curious if leather dye would penetrate it enough. And sure enough, it did. I mean, look at that. I love that, especially this side. I mean, just the spotting that it got, just beautiful. So if anybody has the white bone and they're maybe just getting kind of tired of it, or let's move some of this stuff out. I feel like it's trying to focus on everything else in the background. Yeah, so if anybody's tired of the white bone or just want to change it up, if you have a little leather dye, or if you just want to go to Hobby Lobby and grab a little bottle, I think you can get like a small bottle for $4-5. Yeah, just rub it on there. And if the bone is dry enough, I mean, it'll really soak it up. I kind of wish that I hadn't oiled it first, just to see how, you know, how much it would have soaked in. But I can't complain. I love it. I think that's just beautiful. And I've kind of wiped the bolsters down a little bit, but they started getting a nice teener going on just from riding in the leather. I'm sure anybody that carries a buck 110 or 112 in a sheath, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that brass will patina, I mean, in a day. Sometimes just sitting in the sheath. So yeah, I carried this for I think 2 days now, and it had a nice little patina going on. But beautiful bone. And like I said, the only reason I grabbed the white ones, I really wanted the carbon steel. If this was carbon steel, this knife would be a 10 for me. Just because I can just imagine, you know, this teenering, and then with just the dyed bone, I think it would just be beautiful. But yeah, so that was a fun project. These knives are fantastic. It didn't come, I mean, it had an edge on it, but I ended up stropping it a little bit. I think if I remember right, I ran it on the ceramic rod, or the little, I love this little thing. But yeah, I ran it on the ceramic rod, stropped it a little bit, and she's slicey. But cool knife. If you don't have one, check it out. There's a ton of reviews on YouTube. These were hot, and a lot of people did reviews on them. Now, excuse me, take a sip of my coffee. Now, everybody knows that I had done like a small little drop of leather slips. I have a few left. I had somebody want to buy 2 of them. Let's move this out of the way. And he asked me if I had any rose stamps. And when he asked me that, I knew exactly where it was going. Excuse me again. So, like I said, he bought these, asked me about the rose stamp, and I actually had a few in my Amazon cart that I just needed a reason to buy them, and or buy one of them. I do that a lot. I get on Amazon, I just find stuff. I've got multiple lists that I just throw, you know, camping, leather, knives, you know, everything, EDC. So I've got a folder, you know, for everything. Anyways, went over there, grabbed a few pictures from Amazon, sent them to this guy, and he picked one, which I was glad he picked because it was the one that I liked and would have bought myself. But he wanted something to go for, or go with his Yellow Rose by GEC. I believe it's the 86 pattern. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that, because I'm not up to par on my GECs. I don't personally have one. I would love to get one. But every time I think about it, I'm like, I could buy multiple knives for the price of one of those. Or I could go to the antique store and buy a pocket full of knives. But anyways, that's besides the point. So I would love to get one, maybe one day. But until then, I will just make slips for him, I guess. But he wanted something for his Yellow Rose. Like I said, I believe it was the number 86. I grabbed the stamp, and he told me the specifics. He wanted a dark brown, so he loved the kind of, you know, saddle tan, distressed kind of look. But he wanted dark brown to go with this, and I believe it was a good choice because it looks great with the yellow. Like I said, this is for Yellow Rose GEC 86, and everything I love about this slip. The only thing is you can see the little impressions from the stamp. Now granted, as soon as he slides a knife in here, those are going to press out and you won't even see them. But it just bothers me. So what I'm going to do from now on with all of my stamps, I'm going to file the edges of them, because certain ones, you know, I mean, look at the detail in the leaves, the green leaves. Certain ones have small details like that, and in order to get those details, you really have to press it in the leather. And I have a press that I use so I don't hammer them. I put them in the press, I press it, and it makes a good impression, as you can see. But it just pushes, you know, those corners in, and I don't like that, you know, when you're trying to get the real intricate details of the stamp. So to the owner or new owner of this, forgive me. He doesn't mind it at all. It doesn't bother him. He knows it's gonna go away as soon as he slides a knife in. But again, it bothers me and my OCD. But so as you can see, these are yellow and green, and you don't just get that from a stamp. So yes, this was all hand painted with acrylic leather paint. Anybody that doesn't know, since 2008, I have customized and hand painted action figures, dioramas, statues, large large statues. I've done quite a few large statues, small statues. Anyways, regardless, since 2008, I've been hand painting and airbrushing. Well, airbrushing even before then. So this was right up my alley, and I was tickled when he asked me to do the stamps, because he didn't have the idea of the painting it. I brought that to him, and he was like, "Go for it, let's do it." So it's a beautiful slip. Let me try to get some of this bright light out of. And like I said, it's dark brown. I love how you can still see almost like a burgundy kind of showing through some areas. Edges look really good. And this video is kind of for him too, because I want him to kind of see all this before he actually gets it. He asked me to throw my custom beads on, so I did that for him on all three. And he's got one more slip that he wants me to make, so keep a lookout for that as well. We're gonna have another pretty slip coming out of AEW Custom Designs leather workshop now, I guess. Gone from action figures to leather. But yeah, so wanted to show all that off, and like I said, I wanted to do a video for him to be able to look at and kind of see all three of his new babies that'll be coming his way. I'll pull everything out. Ryan, your knife will be coming your way as well. I believe that is it. Thank you all for watching. Again, anybody that wants a channel sticker or wants to do a sticker swap, holler at me. I love getting stickers from everyone. Again, thank you for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. It really means a lot, and it's really cool to know that. I mean, we all know that there's like-minded people out there, you know, that love pocket knives, but it's cool to have a place to actually converse about them. Not everybody, like me, not everybody has a bunch of buddies or workmates, or, you know, that are all into pocket knives. So coming here and sharing them with y'all and talking about some of my work that I'm doing, it's fun for me, and I love it. I love talking to y'all in the comments. So please comment and let me know what you're carrying. You know, anything like that. We'll just shoot the bull in the comments. Thank y'all for watching, and it really means a lot. I'll talk to y'all next time. Thank you.